There is a new football program. We've talked about on the show how there's not enough football teams in the state of Texas. There just simply isn't. And so we're so happy to get back Texas Wesleyan after a 75-year hiatus. The Rams are back. They are going to launch their football program in 2017, and they've got one heck of a coach at the helm. We are so pleased to be joined by the new head coach of the Texas Wesleyan Rams. It is Coach Joe Prud'homme. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Well, thanks for having me on. I'm really excited to be here.
Well, and I heard that today is your first day at the new job. How's it been so far around the office?
It's been wild. I tell you what, last week we had the press conference, and next thing I know, I had 25 resumes on my phone by the end of the press conference wanting jobs, and people that were really wanting to get on board and get involved with Ram football. And I tell you what, it's to be in this area with this kind of talent all around you and a program on the rise back and a school on the rise, and it's just it's been a little bit overwhelming, actually.
You're a guy who's won everywhere you've been. Obviously, at Fort Worth, Nolan leading the Vikings to 7 TAPS state championships. For you, what was the mindset behind the move now, moving from Nolan over to Wesleyan?
Well, you know, the opportunity here to me was just it was so appealing to build a program from the bottom up with a school that right here close to us. I know the whole area really, really well. I felt like I had left Nolan in a good shape. You got the new stadium built and did lots of things with them, and it was just kind of a natural progression for me. I was ready for, you know, something kind of fresh, something kind of new, and it couldn't have got any newer than this. And I was just it just hit me to build it from the bottom up, to set all the traditions in place, and to get it to where it can be something that the whole community is proud of. I couldn't stand it. I just had to really pursue it.
And you guys will be start playing in 2017. So you've got some time to build the program, as you said, from the bottom up. I guess with a task that over what seems like so overwhelming, where do you start? What's the first step in getting Texas Wesleyan back?
I think the first thing you got to do is get your coaching staff in place. We have to get the kids in place. We're building right now a leadership class that's going to happen next fall, and that team will be training, and that'll be the foundation of the program. We're looking for 75 kids and maybe more. I think we've had over like 180 something that have already, you know, showed interest and filled out questionnaires and got it all in within the last week and a half, 2 weeks, and you know, get that foundation in place. But get the coaching staff, get the philosophies together so we're all in sync, so that when we hit it in 17, we're on the ground and running and not hopefully stumbling around, but, you know, really come in and be real competitive.
For you, how important was it to go to a program in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? We talk so much to folks around the DFW area about how there's such talent around here. For you, being a guy who's had a lot of success in this area, how important was it for you to kind of stay close to what's been home?
Well, that was it. It had to be home. It had to be close to home. I wouldn't have moved otherwise. To do something here in the Metroplex and local is this is where my heart is. This is where my home is, and I will stay in the Metroplex. I've had my wife has a veterinary clinic down in Mansfield, so she's kind of a big boss in that area too. So, but no, to stay in the area where all my contacts are, and all the people that I know, and just the talent that's here, and the excitement and love for football in this area is just. You know, I'm not going to leave it. That was a big, big part of the decision.
Max, you've got 2 dogs. If you want to go and check the.
That's not too far from where I live either.
Exactly,
So I may. They need a teeth cleaning soon. So I'll stay on the line with Coach after this.
You need to do it right now because they got dental cleaning month in February, and you're on the last day.
Okay.
So, but she'll take care of you. She will take care of you.
Good to know.
We're talking with Joe Prud'homme, the new coach of the Texas Wesleyan Rams here on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation at #DCTF Live. Coach, you're building from the bottom up. You said you want to get 75 players into the program. What's the selling point? When you're going and talking to a recruit, you don't have a lot of history to lean on. Obviously, back in the last game was in 1941. What do you tell these kids about coming to convince them to come to Texas Wesleyan?
Well, what I want them to consider is, do you want to be a part of history? I mean, when you're going to go somewhere, you can join up and you can kind of be part of the program, and you're there. But do you want to really write history? Coming in here, you will. You'll be on the ground floor of helping set the traditions. You'll be setting a new tone for a university that is extremely excited to have football. And I'm looking for kids that are really good students first, and athletes. And a lot of people make that comparison, that mistake, that, oh, if they're a good student, then they're not really an athlete. Well, J.J. Watt was a pretty good student. Some of those other guys were pretty good students. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, is somebody that's serious in the classroom, serious about their football, and really want to build something for themselves and build a memory. And if that's in your mind, then, this is a great place for it. And the other thing is, I get so tired of hearing kids, and it breaks my heart when I talk to them. They say, "Now I watch them play, and they're just outstanding football players." And I'll see them after the season at a track meet or something, and I'll ask them, "So where are you going to go to school?" "Well, Coach, I don't really know where I'm going to go. I don't have many offers." I said, "Why not?" "Because I'm 5'11". I'm not 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, okay." Okay. And then I'll ask another one, and he'll say, "Well, Coach, I ran a 4.53. I didn't get a below 4.5, so I don't have anywhere to go." If those kids have a chip on their shoulder and those kids really want to prove something, what a great place to do it.
Well, and
what a great place to do it at Texas Wesleyan.
And it's so funny that you mentioned that, because we've had this conversation on this program about how it kind of drives us nuts, the kind of arbitrary endpoints we have measuring recruits on. Some of these great players who are maybe an inch too short, or maybe a half a tenth a second too slow, or something like that. I imagine that you could take them and put them to good use for the Rams.
Oh, they'd be great for us. That's exactly what I want, because those are the guys that have a football motor and a football mind, and they want to prove something. They're, they kind of have that chip on their shoulder, like I said, and I've seen so many great ones like that, and it just drives me nuts, because I've watched them just wreck shop on kids that are D1 kids. And I'm like, well, why aren't they playing? Well, you know what? I'm going to get a chance to find out, because I'm going to go after those kids. Those are the ones that I want.
We're talking with Joe Prud'homme, the new coach of the Texas Wesleyan Rams, here on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation at hashtag DCTF Live. You won't start play until 2017. So this is when was the last time you went a year without coaching a game?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I got into private business in 97, 98, so I guess 98 was the last time.
Jeez.
And I had just a hard fall, man. The autumn was not fun. Watching everybody do what they do, and I was in private business. I was making good money, but boy, I hated it. I really hated it, because it just wasn't. You go sell a big deal, and everybody around the office celebrate for about 15, 20 minutes, and then next thing you know, you're right back at it. There was no camaraderie element that you have in football, and nothing brings a community better, I don't think, than a great football program, and everybody gets involved and everybody gets excited.
What's going to be the biggest challenge for you transitioning from the high school to college game?
To figure out the levels. I see kids that I think are great, and they may not be great at NAIA Division I. That's the one thing I got to figure out. And the other thing is just getting my coaching staff in place and making that adjustment, because at this level, I think the coaching is outstanding from what I've seen and from what I've observed, but I haven't had a chance to really research. And I'm a research guy. I like to get in there and do a lot of studying of film, a lot of studying of people, what makes them tick. And I just need a little bit more time to get that in place. But, I've got some time in that aspect, and that's a big advantage, because if they said you're going to do this next year, I might have been a little bit leery of it, because I don't know if we could have put a team together that had been something everybody would have been proud of.
You're a year and a half away from relaunching the program at Texas Wesleyan. For the Rams fans out there who are already geeked up and really excited to see your football program, what can you tell them? What kind of football can they expect from Texas Wesleyan?
They can expect a team that's going to be tough-minded, that plays smart, doesn't make a lot of mistakes, won't beat itself, and will fight you to the very end. We don't really shy down from anybody. It doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter what people say is going to happen. You're going to have to beat us on the field. We're going to have a team that doesn't beat themselves, and we're going to be an exciting team. We're going to be a team that, when you watch them, we'll do some things that other schools and programs may not. With regards to special teams and things of that nature.
He is Joe Prud'homme. He is the new coach of the Texas Wesleyan Rams, who will start play in 2017. But he's got a couple things to do between now and then. So, Coach Prud'homme,
Yes,
thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the new gig, and best of luck in the next year and a half. And we're looking forward to seeing you on the field in 2017.
Hey, I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.